Hey everyone, I'm Tiana S reporting for Kids First, and today I have the pleasure of talking with Mckinley Blehm. She has starred in many different Lifetime movies and series, including the Gillymuck for Hulu. Today we are here to talk about one of her most recent films, Timecrafters, The Treasure of Pirates Cove. Welcome, Mckinley. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Congratulations on your role as Brigette in Timecrafters, The Treasure of Pirates Cove.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So let's get right into it. I really love all movies that have to do with pirates and treasure hunting and even adventures, and this movie fit it all. So what were your first thoughts when you first saw the script?
I think the first thought that I had was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is something when I was younger, I'd like imagine going on an adventure like this. And so when I first read it, I was like, whoa, I cannot believe that I get to be a part of this. It's an amazing story. It plays out amazing. It has like everything for every different audience. Somebody will find something they enjoy in there.
Yes, well, I definitely enjoyed the whole film. All the characters inside this film were really just amazing. Which character inside this film do you say that you would most relate to and why?
I'd say I'd have to actually relate to Hedge, just because he kind of has like a carefree, super goofy attitude. And while I do play somebody who's super tech smart and very by the book, knows exactly what she's doing, I'd say I'd be a little bit more goofy with it and have more fun with it instead of trying to get down to business right away. Like Hedge, he's super carefree, he does whatever he wants, he has fun with it. And I would love to be able to do that. And I think that's just kind of more my personality.
I think that would definitely be a fun character to play. So your character, Bridget, along with the other kids, loved going treasure hunting. What are some of the things inside the movie you got to do that you would love to do in real life?
That's a very, very good question. I'd say something in the movie that I would like to do in real life, again, probably is just go to all these different historic places. Like, we got to go to a ton of different places that were just gorgeous, had so much history behind it. And I would just love to be able to go do that, spend a day learning history, talking to interesting people, kind of like getting full stories and uncovering mysteries.
Yeah, that sounds like so fun. So a major part of this film focused on the pirates being able to time travel through the time machine to search for their treasure. If you could travel through your own time machine, where would you go and what would you do?
If I could travel through my own time machine, I would probably go to the Victorian era in like England or London because
Wow.
I have always wanted to go to one of those like really fancy tea parties with like princesses and princes and these giant beautiful gowns and the wigs and the amazing food and just how fancy it was and just all proper. I would love to be able to experience that.
If that sounds great. If you ever go, take me with you. So, fun fact, Twinkies was actually a sponsor of this film, and I thought it was just really creative for the director of this film, Rick Spalla, to actually include them in this film. And they were something that the character Hedge really loved. So what do you think would have happened if Pistol had actually found out that Hedge loved them?
Ooh, I think if Pistol found out that Hedge loved Twinkies, I think he'd probably use them against him. I think he'd kind of like lure him out, kind of like use them as a trap or something like that. I think
No.
he could use it to his advantage.
Yeah, I totally agree. It would definitely change how the story went.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about Denise Richards, who played Victoria Dare in this film. She had a really complex role because she played a wife going through a heartbreak because her husband got lost out at sea. She played a mom and a production manager putting on a huge stage production. But what is something that you learned from watching her juggle all those things?
I think something I learned from watching Denise juggle all these different roles is that the key is to really get into the character and put yourself in the mindset. And I learned so much from filming. I think I had a few scenes with her, but she was just so incredibly talented. She was kind. She knew how to like she knew all the production, how it worked. And I think I probably took away mostly was just that if you can get into the character and get into the passion and the mindset of that character, you can really, really take that a lot and just go with it. And it's awesome. And if you have fun with it, it works really well.
Yes, I totally agree. And I think something that I really got from watching her do that is just all the women empowerment.
Exactly. She's super strong. She is so much advice and just she is so successful. So we learned a lot from her.
Yes. So something else that I really loved from this film were all the amazing props. And they actually had a pirate ship on set that reminded me of a real life one. So what was your favorite prop on set and why?
I think my favorite prop on set was all of the treasure because it was just amazing. Shiny like diamonds and crowns and jewelry. And I'm like a big nerd for that kind of stuff. I love going to thrift stores and looking at old jewelry and antiques. So just seeing that, it was like a deer in headlights. I was just like, it's amazing. And I was just drawn to it. I think I spent like an hour after we were done for the day just looking at each individual thing. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's definitely what I would call an adventure.
Yes.
So there were a lot of hilarious scenes in this film. What was the funniest scene to tape or see being taped?
I think when the first scene that Hedge had, the funniest take was when he had to eat Twinkie and he got it all over his face, actually. And I had to kind of like say something to him and we were just cracking up because it was everywhere and we had to do it like 10 times because we could not stop laughing. It was just hilarious and everybody was kind of like, okay guys, like, but everybody was laughing too. It was just such a fun take and I will remember that forever. It was hilarious and we honestly could not get back on track. We had to like step away, take a breather and go back and set the Twinkies down.
Yeah, that sounds like a hilarious part to film.
Mm-hmm.
But without giving anything away from this film, what was your favorite line in the movie? So I'm going to re-say that.
Okay.
But without giving too much away from the movie, what was your favorite line in the movie and why?
Bridget had a lot of really good lines. I think one of my favorite lines from the movie was when she was being a little flirt. She went, "Hi, Byron." That was a really fun one. And she got to be super flirtatious and she just kind of like used her power and she was like, and that was really a fun take. And I just loved that. Just this sass that you could kind of put into that and like fluttering your eyelashes. Super fun to film.
Yeah, I totally agree. That was a really great part. So for my last question, what message do you hope people take away from this film?
I hope that our viewers take away that if you work together and if you really like add friendship and expand your horizons, you can get anything done. Like the kids in the film, they go around town, they meet new people, they're super respectful and they kind of like work all together and work hard. And I think that if everybody works together and gives their own opinions, you can really go far.
Yeah, I totally agree. I definitely got that from the movie. Well, thank you so much, Mckinley. This was an amazing interview. It was so nice talking to you.
Thank you, Tiana. It was amazing talking to you too.
Yes, and thank you so much for taking time out to talk. I'm Tiana reporting for Kids First. Be sure to watch Timecrafters, The Treasures of Pirates Cove. It will be inside select theaters December 12th, 13th, and 15th. Tickets are available through fathomevents.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe to Kids First so you don't miss another interview or review that we do. That's all for now. Bye.
Coming soon.